Hi, my name's Alistair Ballantyne. I work for Big Society Capital in London. Yes, Big Society Capital is about to open for business. It's the first social investment bank in the world, set up as a result of the Dormant Accounts Act 2008, which took dormant accounts which had been dormant for 15 years across the United Kingdom, and the English portion of that is going to be made available for capital to invest in Big Society Capital, alongside £200 million of equity capital provided by the big four British banks, which is Barclays, HSBC, Royal Bank of Scotland, and Lloyds TSB. The banks came into this process at the behest of the government, who suggested they should invest alongside the government in this initiative. The Social Investment Bank, or Big Society Capital as it's now called, the intention is to create a market in social investment throughout the UK, a financial market which would help the poorer in society and help address social issues. So the government thought it would be a very good idea for the banks to demonstrate their commitment to helping the country through a financial crisis by showing this commitment. We've worked closely with the banks to develop a strategic partnership, emphasizing with them the fact that we can benefit from their reach and their distribution to get investments to people throughout the country, as well as identifying people who they perhaps would not lend to themselves, but who could be available for investments through Big Society Capital. So we see this as a strategic partnership where they can help us, and at the same time we can help them. Big Society Capital has four key operating principles. The first one is sustainability. That is, that we will be given an endowment of roughly £600 million for a combination of the unclaimed assets and the bank investment. And our intention is to keep that endowment intact. So we will be investing money and expecting a return on that money, which will be sufficient after write-offs and after operating costs to keep us in a sustainable position. We're not going to be giving grants. We are going to be making investments. The second principle is independence. It's critical for the organisation to function that we are seen to be independent from government, but not only seen, but actually in fact to be independent. The government will be directing the funds from the dormant accounts to us, but once we are up and operational, we will have a Big Society Trust, will be the organisation that keeps us on mission. And this will be similar to the BBC Trust or to some other organisations within the UK which are distinct from government but have a body which keeps us on mission to ensure that we deliver on our social obligations. The other two principles are we will be a wholesaler. That means we will not be lending money or providing investments directly to frontline organisations. By that I mean we will not be investing in people who are providing services for drug rehabilitation or prisoner reoffending or chaotic families. We will be investing in funds and intermediary organizations like banks or other vehicles which will have the responsibility to lend or invest into the front line. If we were going to do it ourselves, we would be creating a distortion to the market and denying the opportunities for investment for other people who are already in place. So we will be a wholesaler. And the final principle on which we've been established is that we will be transparent. We will have transparency with all our financial affairs, but most specifically, we need to establish metrics to measure the social impact that our investments will be having, and report very openly and encourage others who are involved in social investment in the UK to also report on what they're doing along common metrics, measuring things in the same way. Yeah, we've had a very positive experience. We've had political support from across the board, from the right-wing parties to the left-wing parties. Everybody feels that this is a very positive mission that they are supportive of. And we're seeing tremendous interest from across the world, both in America, where they are establishing similar mechanisms and vehicles for payment by results models, to Australia, to Canada, to the European Union, where they have a social business initiative, Israel, and now it's very exciting that Japan is also focused on a similar initiative. So we wish you well and good luck with your program.